Hello everyone, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer, welcoming you all in today's lecture. In previous lecture, we have discussed about Earth's magnetic field and its cause. Now today, we are going to discuss some more points related to Earth's magnetic field, and the first of them is general features of Earth's magnetic field. So, when the compass needle kept on a horizontal surface with no magnetic material in the vicinity, that means no other magnetic material is present around that it always point towards north and south pole. Okay, and why this happen? This alignment is due to the torque mv sine theta acting on the needle due to the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field at that place. Okay, and when the needle gets aligned by theta equals to 0 degree, or when m becomes perpendicular to b, that is the needle starts pointing towards north and south pole, this rotation stops. Okay, and we all know that b will be pointing from geographical south towards geographical north of the Earth. It means that field lines of Earth will come out from geographical south pole of the Earth and go back into Earth at its geographical north pole. To understand this better, first you look at this figure. In this figure we have one bar magnet, and because of this bar magnet you can see some field lines are there, magnetic field lines are there. They are coming out from north pole of the magnet and going in the south pole. Okay, now we all know that the geographic and magnetic poles of the Earth are opposite to each other. Okay, so the north magnetic pole of Earth is actually the south geographical pole. Okay, and vice versa. So here in bar magnet, the magnetic field lines are coming out from north pole and going in south pole. So in case of Earth, what will happen? Okay, so here in front of you one figure you can see. Okay, here this dark line, this is the Earth, and here you can see S is written. This is the magnetic south and this point is the geographical north. Okay, so north pole of the Earth, and here you can see it is geographical south pole, this one, and it is magnetical north pole. So you can see magnetic pole and geographical pole. Okay, they are opposite. Geographical N pole is having magnetic S pole. So in case of magnet, the magnetic field lines come out from N pole and go in south pole. So when we talk about the geographical north pole, okay, so here the magnetic field lines will come out from the geographical south pole and go in the geographical north pole. Okay, and when we are talking about the poles of Earth in general, so we basically talk about the geographical poles. Okay, so here we can say that the magnetic field lines are coming out from S pole and going in the south pole. Now one more important thing, let me tell you all that many studies have been done and which reveal the fact that the magnetic field due to Earth not only changes in an irregular and erratic manner from place to place, but also varies with time at the same place. Are you understanding this? On Earth, at different places, magnetic field is different, and sometimes it is found that at same place also, at different times, different strength of magnetic field has been observed, and the variation in the magnitude and direction of Earth's field occurs both in the short term and in the long term. Okay, and let me tell you one more interesting fact, that the magnetic north and south pole they keep shifting from their position. Okay, so the magnetic pole was initially in Canada, then it shifted towards right hand side direction. In globe you can see that, and then it reaches to the present north pole. Okay, and then it further moving towards right direction only. Okay, and it is not a new thing. The north pole, okay, there the magnetic south pole exists, and it is keep shifting with time. Now let's discuss some important terms related to magnetic field of earth. So first is geographical axis. Okay, so you can see this dotted line here. It is joining geographical north pole to geographical south pole. It is called the geographical axis. And the line which is joining geographical south pole and magnetic south pole and magnetic north pole, it is called the magnetic axis. And I think you must have observed one thing, that the magnetic south pole is a little bit inside from the surface of the earth. Okay, in case of simple bar magnet also, the poles are not right at the corner of the magnet, but they are a little bit inside. So the geographical length of the magnet is a little more than the magnetic length of the magnet. Is it clear? Because the poles are a little bit inside. Okay, not just at the edges. So that's why the magnetic length of any magnet is smaller than their geographic length. So in the similar manner here, the geographical axis will be a little longer than the magnetic axis. Then we have the magnetic equator. Okay, this one is magnetic equator here. So it is a circle which is a circle whose surface is perpendicular to the magnetic axis. It is called magnetic equator. And we also have geographic equator. Here you can see this one. This surface of this geographic equator is perpendicular to the geographic axis. Here you can see geographic and magnetic axis, they don't align with each other. Okay, but a little bit gap is there, and this angle is approximately 11.3 degree, and that's why both the surfaces, magnetic equator and the geographical equator, they also don't coincide with each other, but they also make angle with each other. Now let's discuss elements of Earth's magnetism. The physical quantities which enable us to completely describe the magnitude and direction of Earth's magnetic field at a place are called the elements of Earth's magnetism. These are: first, magnetic declination or declination only, which is given by theta. Second, magnetic inclination or angle of dip, lambda. And third, horizontal component Earth's magnetic field, horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. So first of all, let's discuss magnetic declination, which is given by theta. Magnetic declination at a place is defined as the angle between the magnetic meridian and the geographic meridian at that place. So first of all, let me tell you what is meridian. So magnetic and geographic meridians are nothing but the imaginary planes. Okay, they are imaginary planes which are passing through geographical and magnetic axis. Okay, so this is our geographic axis. If you imagine one vertical plane here like this, okay, you can see the direction of rotation of tip of my pen. So if you imagine one vertical plane here like this, okay, around the geographical axis, so that will be geographical meridian. And if you imagine one plane, okay, one plane around the magnetic axis, vertical plane it is passing through magnetic axis, so that plane will be the magnetic meridian. So here in case of equator, you can see equator is shown by these two circles. So equators are the surfaces which are perpendicular to the axis. Meridians are the surfaces which are vertical. See, equators are horizontal and meridians are vertical, okay, and they also pass through the axis, okay. The vertical surface which pass through geographic axis is called geographical meridian, and which pass through magnetic axis is called magnetic meridian. And as we have already seen here that these two lines are making angle with each other, they are inclined, okay. This is the geographical north pole and the south pole is a little bit inclined this side. So the two surfaces which we have imagined as meridian, they also will be making angle with each other, and that angle only is called the magnetic declination. It is due to the fact that magnetic axis of the earth does not coincide with its geographical axis, which we have already discussed. In India, declination is very small. It is 0.410 degree 41 minute east at Delhi and 0 degree 56 minute west is at Mumbai. So here in India at Delhi and Mumbai, a little bit declination we see. Hence compass needle shows true north pole quite accurately. But where the declination is more, there compass needle don't show so much accurate north and south pole, and that's why something the ships which went in the ocean near the places where declination is more, they sometime loses their direction because compass needle is not working efficiently at those places, okay. Then the second term we have magnetic inclination or angle of dip. The angle of dip at a place is defined as the angle between the direction of intensity of Earth's magnetic field and the horizontal direction in magnetic meridian at that place. Is it clear? To understand it better, consider a light magnetic needle free to rotate about a horizontal axis passing through its center. Let the magnet be free to rotate in a vertical plane in the magnetic meridian. So here in this case, the needle is not horizontal but vertical. You can clearly see that in this diagram, figure 3b.18. The magnet therefore aligns itself along the direction of Earth's magnetic field. The angle which the magnet makes with the horizontal is the angle of dip at that place. And obviously, because the magnetic field strength is different at different places, so the value of angle of dip also will be different. So here you can see, okay, this is the vertical needle which is showing the north south magnetic poles of Earth, and this is the horizontal equator, magnetic equator. So the angle between that is given by del. It is magnetic dip. The value of dip is different at different places, but two values you must remember, that the value of dip is 90 degree at poles and 0 degree at the equator, okay. So its value varies from 0 to 90 degree at equator and poles. Then third one is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. It is defined as the component of Earth's magnetic field along the horizontal direction in magnetic meridian. It may be represented by BH or simply capital H. If BE is Earth's magnetic field and del is the angle of dip, so the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field is given by BH equals to BE cos del, and vertical component is given by BV equals to BE sin del. The horizontal component is represented by cos and the vertical component is represented by sin. So here you can see two components are there, horizontal and vertical, and they are represented by two sides of parallelogram. So if we have to find their resultant, that resultant will be this diagonal of the parallelogram, Okay, so it can be shown by this line, and the equation can be written like this. The resultant component will be given by BH square plus BV square equals to BE square, or we can also write tan del equals to tangent of angle of dip equals to BV upon BH, the vertical component of Earth's magnetic field upon the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. The value of BH can be determined by using vibration magnetometer. Remember this name as well. It can be asked in exam, in competitive exam, or in your school exam as well, in 1 mark question, because nowadays MCQs are coming. So we have to be careful about each and every point given in chapter. Then we have the last topic of this chapter, neutral points or null points. A neutral point is a point at which the magnetic field due to a bar magnet is neutralized by the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field. And this point we have already discussed in the starting of this chapter when I was explaining you that what causes the scientists to think that Earth is also having magnetic field, and this neutral point or null point also was one of its cause. Due to null points only, the scientist or the physicist start thinking that there must be some magnetic field present on Earth, and because of that the magnetic field of any other magnet is being cancelled out. So here we have two cases. In first case, we have placed the magnet in which north pole of the magnet is pointing towards the geographical north pole of the Earth, and geographical north pole is actually what? South pole, south magnetic pole. Okay, so in first case we have aligned the bar magnet in this position where N pole is close to geographical north pole, south pole is close to geographical south pole. So here you can see the field lines are coming out from N pole and going in south pole. Okay, so this type of pattern we will get. Okay, you are familiar with this line of bar magnets, but at some places what happened, here you can see N2 and N1 is written. At these places we don't get any field line, and that's why we assume that at these points no magnetic field is present, and hence they are called as neutral or null points. And be very careful about the direction of field lines and the pattern here. Okay, here the interaction of Earth's magnetic field and bar magnet's magnetic field is such that they are making this type of curved shape here, and at the center here we will get the neutral points. Okay, so when the magnet is aligned properly, okay, north pole pointing towards north pole, so we are getting the neutral point on both the sides of the magnet. But in second case, when we place the magnet in just opposite direction, okay, the south pole of the magnet is pointing towards the north pole of the Earth, geographical north pole of the Earth. So that time you can see the pattern of field lines. Yes, they are looking a little complicated, but they are not so. So these are the magnetic field lines generally we get from bar magnet. Okay, like this they are going. And now at the axis of the magnet, okay, here axis of magnet is there. If we extrapolate them upward and downward, so here we get two neutral points, N1 and N2. Once again I am showing you the difference. So here you can see when north pole of magnet is showing is kept close to the north pole of Earth, so that time this is the position of neutral points. Okay, and when it is kept in opposite manner, so you can see different direction of neutral points we get. So by this we can understand that neutral point exist, but they exist at different places in different positions for any magnet. So this is it for today's lecture, and with that we have completed our chapter 5 as well. And let me tell you that our midterm examination is soon going to be start, so you all start preparing for that, and that will be in written format, so you practice for derivation of different equations as well. Okay, so this is it for today's lecture. Goodbye, take care, do some productive work, and the most important thing, be healthy, be safe.